broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Why, hello, all of you Days of Our Lives fans. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Dishin' Days. And trust me, this week has been jam-packed. We are going to give you a full recap of your favorite soap opera, Days of Our Lives. And, of course, we are star-studded today. We don't have James.
Stop.
We're studded with stars, babe.
We are.
We got studs on the edge and
then stars in the middle.
Yes.
There we go. So big shout out to James Lott Jr., who couldn't be with us this week. He is traveling, being the super organizer that he is. But in his place, special guest hosting, we have
Kassie DePaiva.
Yay.
That's right. And we hope that you're having a good time. And if you can't make it back, I would love to sit in.
And of course, we have the guy who is pining after the one and only Mr. Billy Flynn, who I had the pleasure of spending the entire weekend with.
I spent a weekend in Niagara Falls with him. We can have a couple days. That's fine.
That sounds more like a honeymoon.
Thank you. That's what I said too.
He was trying to make it a honeymoon.
His fiance is fighting me, but whatever.
Well,
Mark J. Freeman Flynn. I'm hyphenating. Mark J. Freeman Flynn.
I think
it's only fair.
Okay.
And of course, we also have the very beautiful and very talented Miss
Camila Banus.
Yeah. Oh, see that?
I said it in Spanish this time.
See, that sounds so much better. Like how I would say, I have like such a country twang.
Camila Banus.
That's how I would have said it. But see, you make it sound so exotic.
I love that you did that. It's going to come back later. I have something to say later in the show. Remember this moment. This is perfect. That wasn't planned either, because this is going to be perfect. And I'd like to give a shout out to Totino's,
the non-sponsor of the show.
That I burnt today.
But tell them how you burnt them.
Yeah. Now that story.
Here's what happened. I put them in the microwave.
Notice he said microwave.
And then I was like, it says 10 to 12 minutes.
Hello.
And then our producer came in and said, Mark, your pizza rolls are burnt. I'm like, how could they be burnt? They're in the thing. Well, see, Kassie didn't give me the reading glasses that I need to read this box. And I was reading the oven directions. So they were only supposed to be in for 60 seconds. But whatever.
60 seconds.
60 seconds, 11 minutes.
They exploded, needless to say.
Thanks, Totino's.
Yeah.
But we got cookies anyway.
Delicious
From
cookies.
Sweet Lady Jane here in Los Angeles. And if you haven't tried Sweet Lady Jane, you really should.
It's his drug.
I'm going to get us a sponsorship. It's the last thing I do. Gun oil. I don't even care what it is, as long as we get.
I don't know if it should be that.
Well, you never know.
You never know. Whatever sponsorship will help.
Did you see they're putting those in Walmart in the gun section? They didn't know.
No.
I did see that.
They didn't know.
I did see
love
that.
it.
Gun oil, which is a lubricant.
Well, thank
Not for
you
guns.
for that.
Not for guns.
Well, for your guns, I'm sure.
Right. Well, you said it, not me.
There you go.
But did you notice, speaking of sponsorship, we've had such sadness at Days.
Yeah.
Brought to you by Kleenex. I said,
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go. And
is a great
Totino's
tie-in.
did this week.
Yeah.
See, they need to get on it.
They need to get on it. And I promise if they sponsor us, I will never burn my Totino's pizza rolls ever again.
Because now he has read the instructions
Now
with
he
the
knows.
proper
Thanks to-
eyewear.
Who's caught that? You caught that. Who said that?
What?
No, I did. No. You
Somebody
read it.
pointed it out. I didn't
Yeah.
notice.
Well, after when we were both here checking it out.
Well, definitely.
We got cookies.
Yeah, we
Yes.
got cookies.
Well, one thing that I noticed this week is that our Instagram followers and Facebook followers have grown. So thank you guys for doing that. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and Facebook, Dishin' Days, so that way we can bring you all the latest. And let's get right into it because we have so much to talk about. It's now time to start
Dishin' Days.
All right.
And you can flip it.
Dishin' Days.
Yes.
There we go.
We usually set it and forget it.
Set it and forget it.
All right, so the big thing that happened this week that had everyone in tears, Will's death.
Well, his death didn't have me in tears. Lucas had me in tears.
Well,
Oh my God, Brian.
okay.
It was awesome.
Well,
awesome.
It was like a what's the word I'm looking for?
Snowball effect?
Yes,
Okay.
because first we had Gabby come in and discover
Found
Will's body,
Yep.
and I'm like, poor girl, just got out of jail, like trying to get a life together.
Yeah.
Just got misunderstood for a possible prostitute like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, woman
and
of
now,
the night.
yeah,
What the hell?
and then
Happens
now,
to me all the time, girl. It's okay.
It never happened to Eve, ever.
Ever.
and now here she is walking in and discovering Will's body. I was like, okay, here we go. Like, everyone kind of prepped us that Monday was a really hard episode to watch, which is why I didn't watch it until Wednesday. I had to get myself together before I watched it. Yeah, I had to prepare. But then it was just like a snowball effect. Like, Gabby found out, and then it was Rafe, and then Hope, and then by the time Lucas found out,
We were devastated.
lost it. And I'm not a crier
Clearly.
at certain things. I cry about food sometimes, but
Brian's work was really, really beautiful,
Yeah.
and he had to carry that
Yeah.
with so many different other actors in various scenes because they shifted when he found out, and then it was just really, really, really beautiful.
Yeah.
and this death, I felt like it was. We thought Paige's death was hard. We kind of skip over Serena because we all went back and forth with that character. Like, we like her, we don't like her. And then it was Paige, and we were like, oh. And then all the work that you did, and we were just like, we just want to come through the TV and just give you a big hug.
Yeah, it was sad stuff. It was written very, very sad, and which I loved the fact that you really got to see this woman really mourn the death and feel, she just messed up so much and how she felt that guilt. So it was really, I loved playing it, I loved watching it, and I thought that they really handled it beautifully. With Will, Paige, you knew her for a year and a half, 2 years. You've known the character of Will. He's Sammy's baby.
Yeah.
And this is, iconic gay character, which brought so much attention to the show. So unless you heard about it on Twitter, I'm sure the average fan was like, oh, how could they kill Will off?
It was a huge surprise to all of us, even when I found out. It was a really big deal. But I think Brian, like you said, just was able to take his time, and I feel like
he's such a fabulous actor, too. Very
Within
emotionally available.
all of this, people have been able to just they've given us the time to just sit in that moment, like you said, and really let the fans see how we're mourning differently. Brian and Gab, we're all doing different things.
I loved his scenes with Lauren Cosby.
Yes.
Those were amazing.
To me, my little...
Yeah.
Your three
I'm not
snaps.
going to steal that, but I would say that those two, the scenes in the park bench were just
She's great.
the most connected as far as a mother, because you see a mother reaching out to her son who's lost this. You see the generational, and you see the effects and how sad she can't fix that.
Yeah.
And as a mother, that's what you want to do.
The worst thing is losing your child, I think,
Yeah.
before you want to go before your child.
Exactly.
And then to have the mother of the father of that child, you don't know what to do, and the way that she comforted was just phenomenal. The work that they did together.
But it's interesting, you had Lauren Koslow's with Sammy losing her child, her firstborn, and back before Sammy left, Lauren, what's her name? What's the character's name?
Kate.
Yeah, Kate and Sammy. I'm new to
to all
the
of
show. They were really friends, so I really wish
frenemies.
frenemies, but when they left though, they were
on good
partners in
terms.
crime.
Right.
I would have loved to have seen that scene
Yeah.
because she understands.
Yeah. It was a lot.
But
on
There was a
Monday.
lot. They had
It
a lot of good.
lot.
There was a lot of good stuff this
Yeah.
week.
But a very different reaction from Samantha Jean.
Well, okay, so we know Sammy to be that one that is going to lose it. She's going to be whoever
Daquan.
did it. She's ready to stab them, kill them, strangle them with a pillow. But for her to be
So stoic.
so stoic and so like, I don't know. Like I was telling you guys earlier, I felt like she just became numb and just
Quite possibly.
didn't know how to react or how to be, because it's this, there's so much going on with her, with it being a year since EJ had died, and now it's her son, and just all the things that are happening. I just felt like maybe she didn't know.
But
I think it was
How to be.
script.
But here's my thing though. But is that a cop out? Is that we're gonna write this so that she? I don't want to say it like that. That's gonna sound bad. To say okay, her reaction is gonna be no reaction. I feel like is a cop out. You know what I mean? Like
As a writer.
okay. You know what I mean? Like that. To say that a mother, I mean, I get that it's Samantha and she's gonna, that I said that first look that on Friday when she comes in and she hugs Marlena, that look in her eye, the first thing out of my mouth was, and I think I even tweeted it, was Samantha Jean's gonna kill somebody. Because you can see the look in her eye.
Yeah,
but at the same time, I get that there are different stages of grief, and to just not. There's just no way she's not gonna go through what Lucas is going
but
through.
it gave great stuff for Marlena to get to play
Yes.
and Eric, because both of them are they that's what they do in
Right.
life. They psychologically help somebody through it,
Yeah.
or spiritually help, and neither one of those two characters were able to really change her.
Right.
And it wasn't until she fell on the floor where you found Will, where you saw her finally
Breakdown.
break down. But I wanted to see that. I wanted to see, as a viewer, that moment change her, and it didn't really.
Yeah.
She kind of shifted back into her shutdown mode.
Yeah.
I mean, I think she was stoic, but I think that the justification for me there as a viewer and as somebody that, I'm trying to justify for everybody's, what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's just, having all these different levels of different, like you said, stages of mourning.
Right.
Because I know when, I've had people pass, and in that moment when you find that out, everyone has a very, very different reaction.
Yeah.
And so this is her first child, and she also feels like a huge disconnect from the whole town. She's been away, like you said.
Yeah.
She's been.
Well, she had lost a child to meningitis a long time ago.
Who did?
Sammy.
Who?
One of her first.
Great.
I went to get the pizza rolls. I
there's
forgot.
a lot.
I had a lot I missed.
It was one of her first children.
See, this is where we need James Law Jr. because he's
I know.
the historian
James,
of
get in the chat room.
We need
Both
a historian.
Someone just said in the chat room, and I think this sums it up. Alyssa just said she cried more over EJ's letter than she did about Will, which I think is kind of true.
Because she didn't. But I also think that's what they wanted to show. Now,
Right.
maybe we're going to see some more.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
coming up.
And
Yeah.
the funeral is going to happen, so maybe I'll insert my foot into my mouth next week. But until then, we'll see. I'm usually right, FYI.
Well, everyone's saying that it was Grace was the
Baby
one that I think
Grace.
that you're thinking about. But
Grace was Chad and
and Mia's, who
Mia.
she
Yeah.
thought at the time was
Was Rafe.
hers.
No, the person taking care of it was Rafe, which is what the connection to Sammy.
Yes.
That's
But then
the-
she found out that Nicole had switched.
Right.
Switched the
And
baby.
Nicole
yeah.
had Sydney.
Are
So
y'all talking about
technically
soap
wasn't
opera?
her.
We're talking about soap.
I decided to
And
name
it
my-
was like, whatever.
Can I give a shout out
Yes.
this week to the performer of the week from my eyes, my babies on the show?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ariana.
Oh my
She's so
God,
cute.
those children,
I
they
love
just don't cry. I don't
No.
know. They just are there and attentive and just, they listen
Yeah.
to everything and they just
They're
react
so
so
sweet.
beautifully.
Yeah.
Yes, they
Those
are.
little girls are so sweet.
I love how, you had Gabby reacting to like, oh my God, how am I going to tell her that our father's at it? And then they cut to her and she's just like what's going on,
What-
people?
what-
Yeah.
What happened?
did-
Yeah.
What's
what?
happening?
Yeah.
She's cute. She's adorable.
They're both beautiful.
Aw.
I'm in love with them.
But it was just such a, I don't know. And fans have been saying that they're not sure how they feel about the character of Will dying. And people
I'm not going to get into it again.
Well, and there's been apparently there's an article out. I haven't read it, but Allison Sweeney weighed in on how she felt
read
about
that,
that, and even Deidre Hall said something too. So I think this one just kind of hit fans.
I think
a
it
lot.
hit everybody.
Yeah.
When you have a writing shift and a production shift, things change, and
Well-
the tone of everything changes, and then there are going to be some things that are
Dramatic changes.
Yeah.
Well, I think the thing, and this was something that we were getting a lot of tweets and stuff about for us doing the show. I had seen several people write comments on Twitter and stuff about us saying that that we weren't upset enough that they were getting rid of the gay storylines, that they thought we as viewers should have been more upset. And we kept saying, well, I want to see, and I kept saying, well, let's see what actually happens. Let's see what they do. You know, I know that so and so's leaving, and that maybe there's something that we don't know about. So I wanted to give it a second. So last week I had my tirade.
You did.
And I still think that for me, it boils down to because the thing that I read is that the writers wanted. I get that they don't want it to be the main storyline. I get that they didn't want it to be the main storyline. Sure. But you don't have to kill him. You can make it a back burner storyline.
You don't have to get rid of it completely.
Exactly. Mm. And I felt like their excuse was that so many people in Middle America didn't like it, so we're going to get rid of it. And my statement was that instead of copping to that and just going, and I get it's a business and I get that they're doing things to save ratings and to keep the show going, but at the same time, at what point do you draw the line and say, you know what, this is America. It may not be your America, but this is what's happening and these are real people. And just because you don't like them doesn't mean we're not going to have them on our show.
Well, yeah.
You can put them on less, you can take a step back from it and not make it the central part of the show. But for me, that's where I got upset because I was like, if that's how you're going to run your show,
I think it's just about drama. I think that they want to write great drama, and this pivotal character.
Well, we're all talking about it too.
So many people's lives.
Yeah.
He's Marlena's grandson. He's Sammy's son. There's just so much
history.
He's Horton.
Yeah, so much history.
So and. It's
and married to Kiriakis, so it's a really big thing.
Yeah.
But also with this, I think for the first time, like I said last week, we saw Ben have a little remorse and realize what he's doing because I think, there was a moment where
who's remorse.
I think Ben has felt remorse the whole time. I think his portrayal's been really spot on.
Well,
he's amazing.
but I feel like when.
He just shows it the wrong way. He kills somebody when he's pissed off. He feels bad, I think I'll kill somebody.
But I think with the fact that we were able to see for the first time, like, a necktie death actually happen versus a flashback.
Yeah.
For the first time, he kind of laid there and was kind of like, what did I just do? Like, what am I doing? And there was just that moment.
But speaking of flashbacks, he found out that Paige was dead. Mm-hmm. Well, watching the air show as the mama, even in those flashbacks, it was hard. I just was like, oh my God, I didn't need, having to go there and then actually, you felt like I was watching that over again. It brought it all back real. And I thought those were shot beautifully.
I think with your thing, for me, the I don't know if it was the line that kind of really just hit home for me was when Eve was talking about that she'll never get that chance to make amends. That this is how it ended. And that to me was like, that really hurt.
That's
hit
the thing
home
with death.
for me.
It's so final.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah.
And according to Corday, it is definitely final.
It is final. I know,
people.
But Jack could still come back.
Oh boy.
So, what did you all think about the fight?
The Chad and Ben fight?
I had to look away.
It was. I know you were afraid it was.
It was exciting.
It was very exciting.
But I have never seen,
intense.
and I've done daytime for many years.
Yeah.
I have never seen anything so violent on daytime. So real. Like I was sitting there watching it. It was like.
It was pretty
the
intense.
The blood and the dripping and I thought it was like.
Well, first of all, Chad coming in through the window. I don't know who started writing that, but like
he was trying to turn that red
and green light off. Thank you. Thank you.
I think.
Let me tell you definitely don't want the red light on because that's when the necktie killer comes out.
Red light special.
Yes, but watching the fight, it took me back to like middle school, high school because I wasn't a fighter.
You were a lover, not a fighter.
I was a lover, not a fighter. And besides, I was a short, chubby kid, so I wasn't trying to get in a fight. I might have been chubby, but I knew how to run. So that was my only saving grace. But like watching the fight, it took me back to those moments where like you see people like going at it, and you're just like, oh,
yeah,
the whole time.
I thought it was
can't look
pretty.
away.
No,
he did though.
What'd I do?
Just
Look
really
away.
great.
Yeah.
When we went to call the cops, because I think in Ben's mind. He is, he's already got this planned out, and Chad is messing with.
But was it
plan.
just me, or even after the whole fight was over and everything, Chad still looked good?
of course. Of course you would
That's
think.
because
Of course you would think that.
He wears blood
Patch-
well.
He's Patch Jr. now.
Yes,
Those
exactly.
things start swelling
Exactly.
Here's what I thought was interesting about that, because then we have Ben telling his version of what happened, and at some point, if Chad was coming to kill Ben, why is Chad in the coma? And it looked like Ben maybe got like a couple of scratches here and there. It looks like you kind of held your own, Ben.
Yeah.
I think Chad's in the coma because of the
Head slamming.
Head-
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
yeah, of
That's
course.
That's what did it.
But even
I thought he
before-
broke his rib. He was acting like his rib, and then all of a sudden he just has a little
Yeah.
bruise.
Yeah, I know. I was like,
but then before
cleaned up
that,
pretty good.
like Ben was like fine. You know what I mean? It wasn't until like the whole head thing that, of course, Chad went into the coma. But before then, like Chad.
Gabe is good at,
Yeah, he was.
I thought it was a very even fight. I thought it looked really real.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like punch and it was like
or like the typical daytime where it's like.
Our stunt department is just.
I thought it was
phenomenal.
fantastic.
They always do great
Really
work, and
Yeah.
it's just amazing. Yeah.
But
Shout out to Terry.
yeah, I just I think with this whole character of Ben and how he has slowly become psychotic. Rob is doing a great job with that.
Oh, I
very
think he's just
demented.
been great, and it's interesting because you keep thinking, isn't Abigail gonna get a clue?
I know.
You know what I mean? But she just
No.
wants to believe so much, and when she came in and she picked up that thing and said,
I relate.
when she said
Yeah.
Chad, and he goes, what'd
What'd you say? Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like,
I was like,
she gonna get it upside the head.
that was that moment where I was like, don't say anything. I
Yeah.
turned into
Oh, I
Celie
was
from The
like,
Color Purple. I was like, don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
Even.
Yeah. I was like, don't even. But she's so wrapped up in Chad and her love for Chad that she can't see what's happening with Ben.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
I can totally relate because, as we all know, Nick was a
yes.
psycho murderer.
Oh, yes. Yes.
So I understand that, when you're like so blindly in love with somebody that you just don't see other things.
Well then, Gabby, you need to have a talk with Abigail.
We talk all the time, just not about the right things.
Right.
Apparently.
You guys need to have
She invited
girl
you
talk.
to stay
Yeah.
at her house.
I was gonna say.
There
Yeah.
you go. Y'all are like chummy.
See,
I caught that.
I think you'll get a little chummy with her brother. If you need any tips,
I was gonna say. Yep.
This is true. If I do need tips,
You guys are
I know
gonna be
where
in
to go.
James's Guess Who's Related pretty soon.
Let's just say.
But actually, I'm glad you guys brought that up because that was a very cute moment. You guys are having very cute moments with each other, and it's classic Days how they kind of set everything up and they kind of slowly like build, and you're like, ooh, and then eventually you slowly start seeing them together and thinking like, oh,
How quickly JJ forgets.
Yeah.
I think we like to
That
see,
level.
how the fans react and if there is chemistry between people.
yeah,
We
Yeah.
really haven't worked together. I think the one time that Gabby and JJ were in the same room was a 4th of July fireworks show or something
yeah,
like that.
and
It's
everybody's
so
there.
funny too because when it's so funny because when they have the scenes like that, I'm like, how could they have never known each? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because we
Right.
see so much, we just assume everybody knows each other. And it was Paul said this week when he was talking to John, he was like, so this Demira guy. I was like, how do you not know stuff? I'm like, it stays for our lives. How do you not know Stefano? But you
I feel
forget
like my
that
character was very isolated. I worked with like 4 people for a
Yeah.
long time. I
Yeah.
kept thinking, well, what am I going to have scenes with?
Yeah.
And I never did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anybody on the show that you wish?
Everybody.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
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 No one that you're like, I wish I would have had
just think
something.
it's such a multi-talented cast.
Yeah.
And it's going in a really interesting direction. Very different from the show that I started on
Yeah.
a year and a half ago.
Right.
Yeah.
It's exciting. It's exciting to watch. It's dark. I don't know how long that dark arc is going to
Last,
I know that we're getting ready to. We're like 3 weeks away from our 50th.
50th, yeah.
We've got great, exciting drama coming up.
I know.
It is dramatic.
It's about.
So you're-
I just have a feeling it's about to hit the fan.
If you guys can get out to Day of Days, I don't know if anybody knows, but they have, at the end of the event, they show like a preview of all the things that are coming up. Those previews are going to be
Mind-blowing.
Wow.
insane.
Judy does all the editing on those, and she is so talented. And if you go on NBC.com and you can look, she's done also, I want to say 3 or 4 little like super couples.
Oh, the super ones.
I mean, they're really nice.
They
She's
are
done a
good.
beautiful job on this.
Just going back a little bit to what you were saying.
Okay.
So you're basically saying that if they approached you to come back to the show, you would say yes.
Well, yeah.
Okay, good. That was for crazy for Cassie. She wanted.
Oh, there you go.
I'm sure she wanted.
I would say the same thing always and forever.
When you left the show, was it by your own choice or
My contract was up, and I was on the show for 3.5 years, and I thought it would be a good time to just take a little bit of a break for me, and I did.
Yeah.
Because you left right as I went into your dressing room.
You took care of my room for a little bit.
I did.
It was really sweet.
So
She's like, I'm back. Get out.
Yeah, she's back. That's what happened. She came back and said, well, you gave me your room back.
Well, actually, when I got back, she was still on for a little bit, and I took the room right next door.
Oh, okay.
Because I needed to still be close to it,
That's
at least sharing the wall.
She
And
painted it purple.
I did paint it purple, but it's nice. I kept it the color that you have it, even though my carpet is still purple. I love my plum carpet.
It's good.
Yeah, and so then as soon as you were gone, and then Fran was like, "Do you want your old room back?" And I said, "Yeah, let's go." I'm going. I love it. Yeah, so it's really sweet. I love it.
And I have to say, I'm going to just tip my hat to you. Your Emmy reel this past year was just phenomenal.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And you were absolutely stunning.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you
That
so much.
dress, everything
Everything you've
together.
done on the show, and even stuff you've done in One Life to Live when I first met you.
That's where we used to work together.
Yeah, I mean, you've always been a phenomenal actress and an amazing person. So,
Thanks,
and
honey.
just very sweet
you.
and
This is such a touching
I was
moment.
awesome.
I was just gonna say, since we're mushing, I will say this. I went
about
to
Billy Flynn.
no, it's not. It's about Camila. I went to a fan event at Oil Can Harry's in the Valley several years ago that you were at, and I was standing in the. You had just started on the show though, so I was standing because my friend hosted it, and I was standing at the doorway, and you. It was so funny because you walked in, and clearly I don't check out girls very often, but she walked in, and I didn't even know you were on the show, but I was like, dang, she's hot. I wonder who that was.
Billy
and then you
Flynn.
walked into the group with everybody. Yeah, she must be friends of Billy's. And then you walked into the group with all the stars of the show, and I was like, oh, of course, that's Camila. Okay, yeah. It clearly makes sense. I mean, I was just like
stunning.
literally just stunning when you walked, like totally like you caught a gay man's eye. I mean,
Thank you.
It doesn't get better than that.
Guys, thanks.
I mean, it's been interesting, like having Gabby back. First of all, we were relieved when she was finally let out of jail. I was like, she has to get let out for good behavior.
So did anything happen?
I was
while
going to
you were
say
there?
that's a whole other show. That's a whole other show.
It's like there's Days of Our Lives, and then their version of Orange is featuring Gabby Hernandez.
I'm just going to say there may or may not be a lot of things that Gabby learned in prison, some of which you might be seeing.
Got it. She knows how to make a shiv, basically.
I am really looking forward to Gabby meeting her dad.
Well,
Yeah, it was.
That's right. They haven't met yet.
Yeah.
It hasn't aired yet, and I know that
I kind of met him, kind of.
Well, you met
I didn't know.
because he was, yes.
Right.
Because he
But
was the
when
only
you're
person
really
there that could pick up the toy that
That's
you had
right.
dropped.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Well, the thing is, he's approachable. He's Latino. I see him. He's my color. You
You're
know,
like,
I'm like, hey,
oh, hey, you.
yeah. Excuse me, sir. Do you speak Spanish? Right.
That's what you should have done. You should have said it in Spanish. That would have been. I would have been like, okay, I'll let that go. She called to the guy on the other side of the square to get the
There
toy.
you go.
That's right in front of her.
I mean, the
A
stuff.
is so wonderful.
I'm just gonna say the stuff that we've shot together. We have both had moments where we're rehearsing and we both look at each other and we're just saying, we are so lucky to be working with each other. Like,
Yeah.
you are so amazing
Yeah.
and you are so amazing. Like,
Yeah.
it just feels so right. And the chemistry, he makes chemistry with every single person that he works with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I thought
ridiculous.
it was just me, but
No. He's so wise. Every time he says something, it's just, you want to hear everything he has to say.
Yeah.
He's
You
so
need to have him
calm
on the
and
show.
collected.
He's
Oh my
so
God.
great.
We
He's
listen. We
so
are
knowledgeable.
we are with
Cruz
open
Castillo.
arms
Yeah.
when it comes to guests on the show.
He is
We
so
welcome everyone.
knowledgeable.
I
Yeah.
tweeted him a couple times. He's ignoring my tweets, but Billy Flynn ignored mine for a while
I'm sure
too.
he'd love
just
to,
so you know.
It somehow always goes back to Billy.
I mean,
so,
really, keep it right here.
So speaking of the Hernandez family, Rafe, I think, is kind of on to
Ben.
well,
Yes.
he's so Columbo.
Yeah.
When he said, "No, let me."
He's like, wait
on
a minute.
Friday, and
Yeah.
you can see.
Here's-
You can see
Here's
those
just
wheels
going,
turning.
"Oh,
Here's my
man."
fear, though, that it's going to go back to the ditzy Salem PD that, like, oh, he's figuring out, and then something stupid
don't
happens,
think so.
and then they, you know what I mean? Like, that's my fear.
I think Rafe is a little bit smarter than this.
Well, we've said that before too, and because James isn't here, I'll say it for him. But Hope, she's smart. She's a great detective. Whatever. Stefano's still free. That's all I have to say. So,
I think he's on to. I think he's slowly
we'll see.
Like
I think
collecting all the pieces
they're
and
taking
stuff.
their time with this, and I think that it's just think about the time that goes through the process in real life.
Yeah, right.
You know, and all these murders happening consecutively and things like that. It's just your eye gets just changed to so many different. They're not even done doing the details on Paige's murder, and there's another one.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to consider. You know, give us a break.
Let me ask about Stefano. When Sammy came out of Chad's room, and Stefano was there, and she gave her 2 cents to him and went for him, and Stefano went like, "Hi, I thought."
Oh yeah.
Did you know?
Oh my God.
That Stefano was like,
I said, "Oh my God."
I was like, wait a minute.
He's on oxygen. Calm down, people.
My first.
I said last week he's got it easier than Frances Reed had in her last years on the show. I'm like, he's getting pushed around a chair. He's got oxygen. he doesn't have to say his lines. He's like, Andre, just say what I want to say.
He's the Godfather.
It's
the Don.
kind of hysterical.
But I laughed. I went, oh,
Yeah.
and then I was like, oh, I gotta remember to say that.
Yeah. Well, I wonder because when Billy was saying that one scene that he, I know it just coincidental that scene that he had with him, and when he broke the thing that wasn't planned, that he pissed him off so much that he actually broke it.
Yeah.
I wonder if that wasn't planned. I wonder if she did do that, and he really did get upset with her. I mean, it sounds like he's got a little bit of a.
I'm sure they would not have it that masochistic.
Yeah.
To have a,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But they got it. They got it on camera.
No, it was great.
But it was interesting.
It was great.
Like, ooh,
snap.
Well, speaking of Little Miss Sammy and her coming out of Chad's room, that's
trying to kill.
That's the Sammy I know, who doesn't think.
Yeah.
And she's quick to oh, she has it all figured out. It's Chad. I'm just gonna get him back now. And then thank God Marlena rushed in. And Chad and Marlena.
I was just gonna say
saving
that.
each other.
I know.
They're doing a lot of that. There's a lot of.
Maybe they'll have like a little.
Maybe she's really his mom.
Just saying.
It could be. You know what? It could be. And then insert.
Oh, here we go.
Maxine
here
son.
we go. Maxine's son.
Yeah.
Do you know about Maxine's son?
No,
this is Maxine's son.
So you know Maxine, the head nurse.
Yeah,
okay. So I feel like, and
Aloma.
I've met Aloma at Day of Days, and I told her she was the only person I took a picture with. I was like, I have to get a picture with you because I want to play your future son.
He took 50 pictures just to let you know. In different shirts.
You got to get the angles and everything.
Person of Interest now? Or
that's the show. I think she
is on a really big show. She has a really big role. So big congrats to Aloma, right?
Yes.
Woo.
Very.
But yeah, I'm trying to play her son.
Well, yeah. Let's do a campaign.
Yeah. Hashtag Maxine son.
Oh, there's always a hashtag Maxine son.
That's it. Just hashtag
so we gotta
Maxine
find
son.
you a name.
Yeah.
We can do that another poll with
like once it gets to the writers.
Oh, we should do that as a contest on AfterBuzz. Name. Come up with your name.
Hashtag
anything better than Tate.
Maxine's son.
Little tater tot.
I can't.
Is that?
I'm not even a writer, and I would come up with better names than this. I'm just
He was telling me about it. Actually, he's not very happy with it either.
With Tate.
Who is that?
Like, my son's name is Tate.
That's just it's
and that was
dumb.
his own inflection as well.
I literally and it's not even just with Days, but like a lot of shows and things. I always think about there was actually a meeting. And they sat around a table, and there was a consensus, and more people raised their hand. I want to know what the other choices were.
We will name the
you know what I mean? Like
Tate.
this was a decision that was made by professional people.
I mean, I don't mind
Let's do Tate.
Greg Vaughn's picture is so distracting over there.
Oh,
at least you can see us. I can't
handsome.
see. Yeah, he is.
And well, before we go into the next storyline, we have to mention Freddie Smith coming back.
Yeah,
So
and
wonderful.
first of all, who wants to get bad news all the way in Paris and then have to take that long flight for bad news? Yeah. Although, on the Magic airplane, like, it's just a 30-minute flight from Paris to it was very that.
Welcome to daytime.
But it's kind of like that was another, dynamic to everyone's reaction. Now we have Sunny, and again, as fans, we're very connected to them because we watch them grow
what did
together.
You feel about Paul comforting?
I don't mind it.
Did you feel that it was like a forced issue, like, oh, here we're going to do it, or how do you think that?
I think it made sense
I think it
because
makes
they're
sense.
friends. I mean, more than friends, but you know, I think it makes sense.
I think it makes
to
sense.
have
And
another
for the
shoulder
time,
to lean
it's
on.
appropriate.
Yeah. It gives it that glimmer.
I mean, if they
of hope.
climbed into bed together, and then I'd be like, oh, very realistic for the gays.
Yeah.
How should we handle this?
Sex! Because it was one of those things, and he finally said, look, I'm not stalking you. It's like wherever he just
He just so happened to be.
Yeah.
running past.
Yeah.
Well, he said, this is the time you like to go for your runs.
It's like,
Yeah.
or
to
it's
say
better than saying that you
convenient.
have the runs.
See?
Yeah. That's better.
See, but this is how I would do it. See, this is how I would do it. Like, any evening scenes in the park, I'd make Paul run by. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
set it up.
Yeah.
That's how I think.
He's just always running in the park. I have to say,
That's so
though,
funny.
talking about Freddie, that working with him after being gone, because when I
Yeah.
got back, I didn't really get to work with him,
Yeah.
was amazing. He's grown so much just from the time that I was gone, and to see him and have these crazy emotional scenes, it was just like we picked up right where we left off, and it just felt so right. And I think the fans really appreciated that we also took our time. Like, I remember our scene was just a 2-page scene, and we added all these really long beats to get to each other and to get to those moments because we thought that they were very important.
Yeah.
And I think it translated. I think,
Yeah.
you know, it was really great stuff when he comes in and finds me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Somebody in here just said Paul is being a whore.
oh,
Who is Paul?
Yeah, Kendra says Paul is being a whore. She disagrees with.
She thinks that he's really
Clearly.
like, he's really trying to go.
Trying to get
to
back
like
in.
move in. and
Whore is a
moment of
strong
weakness.
word.
Yeah.
Well, he's a whore, but whatevs.
Someone pointed out that Abigail stepped off of an elevator.
Oh.
This week.
Oh yeah,
I'm guessing
and you know
you.
what? Because she,
Kara Phoenix?
I was going to bring that up. She
Yeah.
did step out because the last time I was here,
She
I know
avoided
that
the elevator.
Maybe it was just one of those things because it was
It was a slip
Stefano.
up. Yeah.
And
Oh, that's
that was the only way
right.
that they could make that physically work where he had
Word.
to get it. So she had to,
She
or
had to
maybe
step
she's
off the
so
elevator.
distraught that she
That
didn't
she's-
think
she took
the
about it.
elevator.
But
Or I don't know. Maybe that's a window that she's okay and Jack's gonna come back in an elevator.
See? Hashtag
In
bring
an
Jack back.
elevator.
Yeah.
I have a new bring
Jack
back.
comes back. I want to come back.
I have a new bring back,
I-
by the way, that I'll be discussing later.
There's another
a
bring
new
back.
person I want to bring back.
Well, speaking of people being brought back,
I have lots of ideas.
oh,
I know.
I tell you
If they're
who
ever
I
looking
would-
for a writer, will you just throw?
Okay.
I can come up with things better than Tate, for the record.
Okay.
Put that on my
Let's talk
resume.
about Demira, Teo.
Yes. Oh, Chandre, the new super couple.
Oh.
Chad and Andre.
He is
Chandre.
just phenomenal
Okay.
and brings such a
Chandre.
special.
Chandre.
He brings such a special energy to his scenes. I
Yeah.
think he
Yeah.
and Billy Flynn are fantastic.
Yes.
It's a very great
And
dynamic.
his stuff with Daniel Cosgrove is
Yeah.
haunting,
Yeah.
and it's like, and he doesn't raise his voice.
Yeah.
He just
Very
kinda says
Miranda
it.
Priestley.
He says,
Very.
This is matter of fact.
Very.
And you're going, you know.
Very
it's
Tony
like,
Moore.
Woo, it's good. It's really good. I really like his work.
I do too. And
That was a little side eye.
and the fact that he seems like he is slowly becoming the new Stefano, since Stefano's kind of
Yes.
like ailing right now.
Yes.
And I love the fact that this week we saw that he is clearing Aiden's debt, but he has to get all of the evidence that Salem PD has on Chad.
Yeah, poor Aiden is just.
And he only has 24
bullets.
hours to fill. Like, poor Aiden is going through it. Like, I mean,
He's going through it bad.
Yeah.
real bad.
Tough.
Like he's just being tossed around. I don't think he knows if his tail is up or down
I
at
bet
the
you
moment.
he aired possibly the whole week, maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But his beats were like, you know, you could just see him just choking. And
Yeah,
he's
just being like-
he's got so much pressure on
Just
him.
when I thought I had it figured out, this
He's like,
happened. Yeah. He's
Yeah.
being some. Oh, did you guys notice that when he got the text message to like meet me here, there was the Demera symbol? First of all, how do y'all get that as a emoji
It's not on my phone.
on text?
It's not on my phone.
You know what?
Steve from Props is
Or
very
maybe
good at
he
what he does.
Yeah.
Or maybe he just put it in his phone as a code so
Maybe.
Hope didn't see it.
You know what they should do? I think
What?
since Days is celebrating their 50th, they should have a special emoji for like Days fans.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd
And it
be
could be
so
like a red
cool.
necktie,
Yeah.
or like
Well,
the Demera symbol.
they have the hourglasses.
And well,
I do
they already
use
have that. But I
hourglasses.
mean,
They have that,
but
which how great is that?
Yeah.
but something just specific, like you know, like it could be like a bed and someone levitating for like you know. for Marlena being possessed. Like, if you're having a bad day, like, how are you feeling?
Or
you
a
just send that.
donut.
See, we have great ideas. We have great ideas.
From 1 to levitating, where are you?
Like, where?
1 to exercise.
There's no middle ground.
I'm the devil.
You know,
The
how are you
devil.
feeling today?
You send the Demira symbol. I'm feeling very. Yeah, exactly. No, it's okay. You just
go. Oops. Am I allowed to say that?
So, and then also with Aiden, he gets caught in a lie again, and Hope finds out, and whatever. We're over that.
It's gonna get. I mean, it's
It's gonna get complex.
It's gonna get
foreshadowing
very-
some
Yeah. I
drama
think
that's
there's-
gonna be
yeah.
doing a really wonderful, powerful arc coming up. So you guys hold
But we've
on.
got the 50th, so who doesn't want to see more drama on drama on drama
Yeah.
on drama?
And it's all good.
I'm
It's
sitting on
loaded
pins
stuff.
and needles because I know ever since they've been doing that slow pan about the bicentennial, I
Yeah.
was like,
Something's going on.
Just gonna hit the
Can I
fan.
also comment on Judy Evans's work?
Yeah.
yes.
Really beautiful.
Oh,
Yeah,
she
she's
finds
amazing.
out she has the
Gene.
The gene.
Not Samantha Jean,
But she
but the
was
Jean.
really, her stuff with Wally was
Yeah.
really wonderful. And then when her son, I mean, Judy
Yeah.
is,
Yeah.
She's great.
But-
she's fantastic.
I was saying, and I said this for the first time last week. I didn't like Adrian and Lucas, but then after the whole
kinda
like,
like 'em.
well, now I
Because
do.
I thought-
I've
Something
kind
they
of
matched
seen it.
together, but I mean,
I like
Yeah.
him. I liked him.
Uh-oh.
I liked it from the
Camila,
beginning.
you're outnumbered. I mean, listen, I was
still don't. You don't like
I was
them?
where you were. I was where you were. But then when they had the scene when she was about to find out she had gotten the letter and they were in Horton Town Square and there was Lucas, for the first time I saw the dynamic between each one with Adrian.
Then they went bungee.
Yeah,
I mean, what was that?
listen. I was all about the Waffle House when he mentioned that. He was
I'm
like, "You
down
want to go to the
for-
Waffle House?" I was
yeah.
like, "I'm cool with that."
I'm down for Lucas getting a new girl.
I have an idea on that too this week.
Right here.
I saw something this week and I was like,
With who?
should I say it now or wait till predictions?
Say it now.
I think Teresa. Lucas
no.
and Teresa.
Lucas and Teresa?
Yeah.
No. No.
No.
No.
Why?
No. Mm-mm. I'm glad you said it now so that we didn't have to waste time during predictions.
I think
think that would
Teresa
be great.
has to be with Brady because of the
Me
baby.
too.
I don't think that, but they're not going to stay together. We know that. I mean,
But they're having very cute moments, like when they were singing the whole little ragtime song and driving the baby around in the car to drive. Like those are.
that's
cute
not going to,
moments.
but that cutesy stuff ain't going to last. Sorry, ain't going to last.
Somebody's bitter.
As soon as that
baby.
cutesy
This is
stuff
true.
starts,
This is true. This is
that's how,
Days.
exactly. So there's going to need to be somebody else. I say Lucas.
I don't know about Lucas.
I say we keep thinking.
Do you all think that Clyde knows that Ben is the killer?
I think he has an idea.
I don't because
either.
because I
No.
hear that he confesses.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No,
that he's a killer.
So
Yeah.
I saw, you said that, I think.
What?
Lucas and Lanny. Who said that?
Lonnie.
You were, or Lonnie. You were James. I feel
Did
like
I
one
say
of you
that?
said that.
I don't know because
She's
you know me. I was
Or maybe
trying
I
to-
saw it on Twitter.
I was trying
my
to work.
life is.
I was trying to work in how Lonnie could be my sister.
Right.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Okay.
See, you're seeing it.
Yeah.
Okay. She's really tall and beautiful. You're
Yeah.
very tall and beautiful. So
Yeah.
I
Thank
could
you.
see it.
Thank you. I just need to get soap opera body ready. I'm not ready for shirtless
Honey,
scenes.
you are too.
There's a little too much KFC happening on
There
there.
you go.
But we also have to mention the quick moments with Caroline, Steve, and the whole bowl thing.
So quick that I don't even remember them.
Well, it was
the beginning.
Yeah, it was
Monday?
Just, yeah.
Yes, Monday.
Okay.
It was just her. And
She's clairvoyant
just having
now
that
because
moment,
of
yeah.
the medicine.
Wait, they showed Caroline this week?
Yeah.
And she was in the
hospital.
bed, and Steve came in.
Oh, okay.
Remember,
yeah.
she was
Yeah,
like
yeah,
this,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then
And she's seeing Bo. That's right. And
Can
Bo.
you do that
okay, yeah.
again? That
Like she was like, "Oh, Steve! Oh, I'm glad you're here."
Glad you're here.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
she looks always good in the hospital bed.
Well, listen,
She does.
everybody looks good
So
in the hospital
feisty.
bed.
I don't.
You do. You look great.
I love it when I have to work in the hospital bed.
Oh, that seems
I
like the
sleep
easiest
there
thing.
for
I think
half an
Billy's
hour
done
before
some
we
of his
work.
best work this week.
Oh, see how you catch his attention? See how that happens?
Billy, I did not say that. I did not
I
say
am
that.
a
I said you looked
Billy-
amazing in that
I
hospital bed.
am a Billy Flynn fan.
Well, we all are. We all are.
He is amazing.
Not I, said the cat. Not me. Speaking of cats, I don't know how this transitions, but it's going to.
Meow.
Sammy and finding EJ's letter.
I did not know that was coming.
I didn't know that was coming
I'm sitting
either.
there going, what?
You didn't know it was coming either?
No.
I did not.
How did you not know?
No.
Oh, I remember now how I knew. Forget it.
Okay, so the only thing that
I had a little inside source.
everything, like we
I did
just
not.
keep
I don't wanna
thinking
get in
about
trouble.
when Kristen was standing over the body and she did something with like a needle or something. That's the last thing that fans have, and we're like, something's gonna happen. He's gonna be brought back. Maybe he's reincarnated. I don't know. Like,
But he's not dead. He doesn't have to be reincarnated. We saw that when he left with the injection.
I know, but there's been no peep of anything.
Yeah, but it's.
But I saw him on late night TV, and I saw a remake for the Syrian refugee. So I just want to let y'all know that
He's alive.
He is alive. I saw it.
He's alive in Syria.
And that stuff is real.
He's not
I'm just saying.
That would be hysterical if when he comes back, they're like, he's been captive in Syria all this time.
Oh my gosh.
I love it.
Yeah, but I didn't know that was coming. She was, she read that whole letter. I'm thinking,
Yeah.
thank God she can see, because
I know. See, I would have had to do the glasses out too.
Yeah.
And she became so consumed with the letter and the safe deposit box and
Where is she going when she left?
I thought she was on her way to the
Funeral?
to the safety deposit
I thought
box.
maybe she's leaving.
The safety deposit box,
and then
yeah.
she didn't make it to the funeral. But I saw in the previews that she is
At
going.
the funeral.
Yeah.
She's not going to skip it.
I thought, ooh, she
So
really lost it.
I'm wondering what EJ has left her, and if that has
His
to.
underwear.
She already has a pair of those.
Oh, that's right. She's got multiple. That's right.
She already has a pair of those. So I don't know. Maybe that will lead up to her exit. Maybe somehow. I don't know.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
I was like, and I'm sure the fans are like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of other people who have great connections, your character Eve and Eddie had a great little connection to this week, and I love that Eve was just like, I'm just gonna let go of the anger. There was a lot of that this week, like people just saying, like Lucas and Kate, like release their anger. You are just like, I'm done with it.
And she feels, I think the fact that she lost everything in her book, that she just has to go, you know what, I think she truly feels badly that this man did not get to know how wonderful by his own choice, but there's, what point is it? I mean, I'm sure she's gonna continue to be angry because that's Eve, but it's refreshing to see that for a minute. Anyway.
Yeah. It really was, and
and we found out that he's staying in Salem officially.
Yes.
I mean, we knew, but he told Salem.
Yes,
Right.
he told Salem. He put it in the Salem Gazette.
He put it in the Gazette.
Or did he hold
Spectator,
another?
which Jack needs to come back and run.
Or did he run? Did he have another mini news conference where he just calls up the media and says, "I have an announcement to make,"
and we're live now.
Yeah, exactly.
No prep for that.
And then real quick, some last little tidbits. Teresa, Kate, Nicole, Brady, Eric, that whole basic black thing. I don't like that they're leaving Teresa out of all of the decision making and numbers
I
and
don't
stuff.
understand why. She's a little spitfire. I don't understand why she's
letting it happen.
I think it's going to go back and forth. I mean, there's different,
Yeah, because I think she's the one really holding all the cards.
Yeah.
It's her designs, it's her stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. Like,
it's kind of Mean Girls.
It really
very
is.
Mean
It's
Girls.
good for drama, though. It's good for high school drama.
But I
to
don't
see that cattiness.
I don't like Nicole. I loved Nicole as the investigative reporter. I just thought it made
like her as
so
a
much
businesswoman?
sense to have her in that job because that's what she's just nosy. I just thought it was perfect. I love Ari. Don't get me wrong. I live for Nicole. I don't want to see her. Like it's just. I'm like, oh, I don't want to see you in a business. You know what I mean? Like it's just boring to me. Like I just like her doing the investigative and getting her nose in business.
If they do it like they did, like on All My Children, where it becomes this fashion, they have a set fashion where you get to see the cattiness happen, and then the multi generations too, because Kate is. There's probably 10 years between each of them, these women, and they all bring a different set of rules to the game. Yeah. So it'd be nice.
I also had another idea.
I don't know if that's
because I have a lot of fantastic ideas, in my opinion. With this whole fashion design, I think Calliope should come back.
Oh,
she was a fashion designer, Calliope Jones,
way back.
I've heard that name.
Yeah,
she was played by
amazing.
She was played by Arlene Sorkin.
Yes, she's amazing.
Very funny. Actress.
She was one of my. Those were the days.
And then, if Calliope comes back, she can have an assistant in fashion who comes back too, who later discovers that his mom works in the hospital.
There you go. Let's find a name for Maxine's son, guys.
Exactly.
Did you like the Anne and Teresa scenes this week?
I can.
Okay, I just want to know because it's a different take on Anne.
I'm just not a fan of Anne.
I
would rather. Well, and I've said this before. I would rather see you and Teresa together having those kind of moments than her with Anne. Anne to me is just. I'm like. Ugh.
I don't think
you're going to kill Will, but you're going to keep Anne. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
I don't think they know what to do with Anne now at this moment.
I just thought it was it was actually more realistic dialogue than they've ever had.
Yes, for sure.
She's very upset about their friendship.
Yeah, it was different
Yes.
than their normal.
I went and got the pizza rolls.
And you know what? It is very believable and very real because we all have those friends who suddenly they have a baby and they're trying to do career and then they change. Teresa. Yeah, well, I mean, listen,
they love Anna-Risa, they're calling it.
Oh, Anna-Risa is what we have.
Anna-Risa, Anne and Teresa.
Okay, that's cute. Okay, I'm
Someone
down
just said
for
Mark. Thank you. Just put my name in there. Thank you.
And then
you shut your mouth, Mark. I like Anna. Oh, Daquan. Daquan. Of course, Daquan.
And then really quick, Paul and John have the discussion about John's past, which he's starting to
explained everything.
What do you think that's going to be? Did you see the woman that left? He goes, "Oh, she was a
Louise."
Yeah, Louise was a professor.
Yeah,
looked the same.
I thought the exact same thing as John.
Winterthorne.
Yeah.
I thought the woman wasn't elderly.
No, I agree 100%.
Right.
I agree 100%.
Right.
That was the first thing I thought of when he was talking about it. I was like, that woman wasn't old enough to be
a professor
for that long. Yeah.
At the time.
Yeah.
Well, listen, black don't crack.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that.
For all you guys know, I could be 75.
I knew it. You are. 24. You are.
Just saying.
And isn't Winterthorne, isn't that Martha Madison's?
Yeah.
I wanted to be little Odd.
I know, I did too. I was like, wait a minute, are we tying the shows together? I don't know. Whatever.
Cross promotion.
I don't know.
And then really quick, Daniel and Nicole want to get married tomorrow.
Bye, Daniel. Peace out, dog.
I love you, the Daniel.
Ugh.
Yeah. All right, so really quick.
Where's that necktie
when you need it? So after our segments, we're going to open the phone lines to take a few questions from you guys for Cassie and for Camila. So get ready for that.
A cookie.
Go ahead and do that. But make sure if you do call in, we can take more if you guys keep everything short. So just to throw that out there, not to be mean. But we're going to start with my segment, which is the official 3 Snaps Award.
I won one time.
You did. Do
it for me, just one time. Oh, yes!
Okay, so this week it was very tough, and so this 3 Snaps Award is very general. I'm actually going to give my 3 Snaps Award to the writers of Days because this week they really have us thinking and feeling, and it's back to how Days used to be. Cool. So they have everyone talking and everything like that. Yep. So Days writers, you get Tony's official 3 Snaps Award. All right, look at that.
And we didn't even rehearse.
Not at all. But I there's so much talk about the death, and everyone's crying and feeling, and it's a lot going on.
But you cannot take your eyes off of it, though.
You can't.
Whether you like
about it
or whether you don't like it, but at least you're talking about it. But it is like, I can't believe they showed that.
Daquan wanted you to give it to Allison Sweeney. Sorry, Daquan.
All right, and so now, even though James Lott Jr. is not with us, he still sent in his video to let us know who's related. So let's find out from him who's related.
Oh, I can't. Oh, there he is.
He's up there.
I gotta hide.
Oh my God, it's me, James Lott Jr. I am so sad, you guys, that I cannot be there today in person. My other job got in the way, so I am in Chicago in a hotel room. But I could not be there with you guys and not give you my quote of the week. So my quote of the week is mine and a big fan of the show, our Melvin fan. We both came up with this one. We like it. And it's Lulu and Nicholas, brother and sister. Make sure I look over and read this correctly. Lulu, I'm pretty sure you're going straight to hell. Nicholas, Cass and I have their own private wing there. Thought it was kind of fun and funny between the two of them. Especially with Nicholas turning to the dark side. It's crazy. But you guys, I'll be back next week. Have a great show, and I'll see you next time.
Oh,
yeah, so let me tell
you what happened. Because James Lott Jr. is such a super organizer, he sent me his video for General Hospital, which he does right after Dishing Days, and not his Look Who's Related. But guess who didn't watch the video to make sure that he sent the right video?
That would be me.
So
we're not going to throw Tony under the bus here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
it's my fault.
Yeah. So James Lott Jr., who has started, they're like, who is Lulu? Whoops, my bad. Wrong show. GH, my bad. It happened. That's the only video I got. James Lott Jr. Don't you even try my whole entire life in this chat. So we are now going to move on to the official.
That's why I am now the official replacement for James.
My new chocolate twin.
And she did 3 snaps.
Now wait a minute. Don't come from my seat.
Oh, no.
All right. So now let's have the official quote of the week.
Don't try and steal my thunder, James Lott Jr. How dare you? Okay, so I will say this yet again with the new writing. My quote of the week has become very difficult. More like the old writing. I mean, I had like 12, and I'm like, I don't know which one to pick. And now I'm like, please, somebody say something funny. So today's isn't really anything funny, but it was just something that made me personally chuckle because I am a huge A. Martinez fan because he was on my show, Santa Barbara, that I used to get off the bus and run a block to get home so that I could see because I would miss the first 10 minutes because of when the bus dropped me off.
We're fans too. We're fans
love
too.
Santa Barbara was genius.
No,
anyway,
we're fans
I
of
still
him.
have the last episode on a VHS tape. Yes, I do. Anyways, so one of the things I used to always joke about, even when I was a wee pup and, still a diva, but whatevs, was that I always thought it was funny that whenever Cruz, his name on Santa Barbara was Cruz Castillo. Anytime he would never really had an accent, but when he would say his name, it was always Cruz Castillo. Which I know, which is so funny that she did that today, and then this week, and then this week when he was talking to the reporter, he says his name. He says it's Eduardo Hernandez, and I was like, oh my god, he's still doing it,
Eduardo Hernandez.
Yes. So,
but when he called the reporter, he says, "This is Eduardo Larson."
Yeah. But then he corrected her when she got there.
But he completely switched when he decided he didn't want anything to do with it anymore.
Yeah. So I give A. Martinez my quote of the week for saying his name with the accent.
Camila,
And that's why I said that was so perfect that you said that at the opening because I was like,
say it again, Camila.
Camila Banus.
There you go. Well, I always say it when I watch the Food Network with Giada De Laurentiis. She doesn't have an accent, but when she says pancetta, and I'm like, girl, just say pancetta. Like, I get it. So that's that. Yeah, just my little beef.
That's funny.
All right, so
A gets it.
It's funny.
Before we give you guys some news and gossip, we want to take some calls from you, so that way you guys know we love to give you a chance to chit chat with our special guests, and we have not one but two. So we are going to take your calls. Remember to call in 424-254.
Isn't it
0749?
I have 253.
I gave the wrong number in the chat. It's 424-254. 253.
Yeah. 0749.
We'll never get any calls now, Tony.
No, we're going to. It's 424-253-0749. 424-253-0749. Call in now so that you can speak with Cassie and Camila.
Daquan thinks I should have gave quote of the week to Allison Sweet.
Well, I mean, of course.
Thank God Daquan doesn't do this show. It would just be Allison Sweet. Oh wait, it's just Billy Flynn.
That's right.
So whatever.
Billy show.
Tony, tell them we love Camila and Cassie. That comes from Haywood Walls.
Almost everybody in here is saying hello. Yes. They love you guys. They're so happy that you're here and everything.
We love each other.
Let's see if I can read some of these. Here.
Thank you guys. That's really sweet. We love working together. And,
yes.
James, of course, now when I want them, I can't find them.
What? Comments?
All the
funny ones.
Let's see. Oh yeah, somebody said. Who was the one that said?
I believe we have a caller, everybody.
Oh, fantastic!
Hello, caller. You are on live on AfterBuzz TV's Dishing Days. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Oh, Kathy from Wabash, Indiana.
Hey, Kathy. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you guys doing?
Doing wonderful. We have both Camila and Cassie here. Camila Banus.
Banos.
Do you
You guys are.
Do you have a question for our guest today?
Yeah, I was just curious.
Okay. Me too.
We're curious too.
Curious to know what you're going to say.
Go ahead, don't be shy.
Is there anything in particular, the way that you'd like your characters that might have not went in a certain direction that you would like for it to go into?
I can say yes. I think that the Gabby and Nick storyline, her just really not knowing at all. I mean, I agree with like Abigail, happening to Abigail right now where she's kind of blinded, but I just felt like Gabby was blinded for so long about so many things that were so obvious, and so many people were telling her. That was a little bit difficult for me, and I can definitely tell you that I had struggles with the writers and producers and directors of the show, and I would talk to them individually, and I would say, this is very difficult for me, and so slowly but surely we found kind of a way, but that's the only thing I've ever had about my character.
Yeah. Cassie?
Well, since I just thoroughly enjoyed my teen storyline with JJ, who knew that was going to be my story?
Yeah.
That was pretty much my only story. So
Yeah.
maybe
A little bit with Justin.
maybe yeah, a little bit with that. But maybe if I hadn't slept with JJ, I might still be under contract. I don't know. But I'm grateful.
So what
I'm just
should
grateful.
I not?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Should I not?
Don't do it.
Well, Kathy, thank you so much for calling in, and make sure you keep watching us every Sunday here on AfterBuzz TV.
Okay, thank you. You guys have a great day. You guys are so funny to watch.
Thank you so much for calling.
Cassie, one of the things that fans have been asking since we started, if you would sing a few bars for us. Is that putting you on the spot?
I'll sing in a few bars.
Ah, yes! Great answer. Great answer.
You pour me in Manhattan, I'll just sing.
Yes, I'm a bartender.
What do y'all want me to
be
sing?
Be careful what you ask
Let's
for.
all sing together.
I read somebody sing the opening to the One Life to Live song.
Here's where you go when you can't find the rainbows in this time. That's all I'm gonna sing.
I love it.
There you go. Loretta Johnson asked you to sing too. So.
Yeah,
we
let
go.
me give a
So,
shout out to
she's saying-
Stephen Doyle real quick.
His phone's not working, so he wanted to, if you would give a Stephen Doyle a shout
Oh,
out too.
nice. Hello,
Yo,
Stephen Dole.
what up?
What's that?
Well, we have another caller. Hello, you are on live on AfterBuzz TV's Dishin' Days. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Oh, hi, everybody. This is Jamel from Brooklyn.
Hey, Jamel from Brooklyn. How
Jamel.
are you?
Hi, I'm doing good. I'm enjoying the show tonight. I came in a little late, but it was very funny, and I really enjoyed everything.
Well, you can watch it again later.
That's right.
That's true. Thank you.
Jamel, do you have a question for Cassie or Camila?
Well, I'm happy that Camila is back, so I'm very happy that Gabby's back on the screen, and I'm sort of sad that Eve's going to be leaving because, like I said, when Cassie was before, I love her. I met her on the street. She was very sweet. And
I remember meeting you.
Yeah, well, you did the scenes with the funeral. Oh, it was, for me, that felt like Blair, because you came out and you were screaming, you were doing everything, and it felt like they sort of unleashed you, and it actually let you do, what you can do. And, you were so restrained at the beginning, so I was happy that you were able to show, your brilliance before you left. But
Thank you. I have not left yet. I'll be airing through February. I mean, not through February, but through January. So you'll still see my little tail.
And they say that you sing at Christmas time. That's what I heard.
Yes, I do.
That's what I heard.
Yeah. I felt really lucky that I got to play this arc. It was one of the most challenging arc of a story that I've played in my whole daytime career. And I got to play some great stuff over on One Life to Live. But I thought those last 3 weeks of work were difficult, challenging, and very satisfying. So I hope that you enjoyed it, and I appreciate your comments. Thank you.
Thank you. And I wanted to say, too, that Rob, the person playing that, I think he's doing a good job, too. I didn't like his character, and I thought at first he was a pretty face, but, now he really, I'm just shocked at how...
It is intense, isn't it?
Yeah, he's taking it, and doing wonderful
And he's
things.
going to
I'm really
continue. We
enjoying the
all
show.
are going to continue to shock you guys. I
Yeah.
think it's just really great stuff coming up, especially for the 50th.
And then you wait until Maxine's son arrives and says,
Watch out!
Well, Maxine got to be on the show for you to show up on
I
the show.
I know, right?
No. Well,
You know,
listen.
She
gotta
took
be
a long
there, so
break.
You got to show up. You got to get the woman come up out the show to be there so you can be the son.
Or, if she's not around, it's fine. We can still do the storyline. They'll be like,
Yeah. Mom, Maxine called me earlier
right.
today.
Listen, everything can be solved on days just by one simple phone call.
I know my
One
mom
phone
wasn't
call.
on the she hasn't been on the show forever. I don't have a mom, and I've always talked to her on the phone. She's fixing her curtains, guys.
Yeah.
She fell off a ladder, but she's not gonna make it to my child's birth.
Yeah.
She's not gonna make it to my baptism either. She's not,
Oh, good
not
old
everybody
days.
can be a perfect mom. All right?
she's always breaking her limbs. I don't know what's happening.
Well, Jamila, thank you so much for calling in and always supporting us. We always truly appreciate it.
Oh, thank you, everybody. I'm loving the show, and have a good night.
Thank you.
Too. So we have time for one more call. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry. We have time for one more call. So, caller, welcome to AfterBuzz TV's Dishin' Days. What's your name and where are you calling from? Hello?
Hi, this is Mark. I have a question.
Is Billy Flynn really as good looking on set as he is on camera?
He was cute in Niagara Falls. Well, Daquan does have a question for you since we're waiting. She want to know what it was like to working with Florencia Lozano.
Can you say Florencia Lozano?
Yeah, please, you say it. It
I
sounds
worked with
better.
her as well, Florencia Lozano.
Thank
Oh.
you. Yes. Daquan wants to know.
She's awesome.
Yes.
She
A powerhouse.
A powerhouse, a force to be reckoned with, and one of my dearest, dearest, dearest friends. And she just got a series regular, I want to say, on Narcos
Oh, wow.
this season. So she's
What?
down in Colombia. She's down in Colombia shooting right now.
I'm gonna say that every time I worked with Florencia, it was just like working with A. I would learn. Well, I mean, it was the first show I was ever on, so I was learning a million things every
raises the
day.
bar.
But she raises the bar, and she taught me so many wonderful things. And just watching her work is just brilliant.
Yeah.
She's fantastic.
And I'm not shocked that she's on Narcos because she's just phenomenal.
Yeah. She's really.
And I don't know what this is. Cheryl said that she was right. Cheryl Hawk.
She
The
was
last
what?
time you were on, she said she was right about it from the last time you were on here. I don't know what she's referring to.
Well, I'm always
So
right.
I don't know
but
what that
I don't
means.
really know what I
And then if you
said.
guys could give Dawn Poole a shout out.
Hi, Dawn Poole. How are you, honey?
Hi, Dawn. Nice to give you a shout out.
I wish I knew what we were right about. Or
Well,
was she
Cheryl's
right?
right about something. Cheryl, write it in the chat room, and I'll share with it. But I don't know what she wrote it like 3 times, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, speaking of calls, I don't know where that came
we
from.
have one?
We have one. Hello, you are on live. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Hello.
Hi. How are you guys doing?
Great.
Good.
What's your name and where are you calling from?
It's Tracy from Toronto, Ontario,
Hello, Tracy. Oh, all the way from Canada. Do you have a question for Camila or
You know, I was thinking about the other day, guys. If anybody has a problem with learning how to say my name, Camila Bell. There you go.
Camila Bell?
Camila Bell. That's how you say my name.
Yeah.
Camila. Camila Bell. Camila Bell. Or you can call me Killa Cam or Mila or whatever you want to call me.
Oh, a little hip hop in you. Caller, do you have a question?
My question is for Camila. What was it like working with Guy Wilson and Freddie Smith?
It was really great, especially the last time I worked with the both of them together, because recently I was working with them separately. When I first got back, I was working just with Guy, and then now, towards the end, as you guys saw this week, just with Freddie. But working with them together is magic. We're very comfortable with each other. We're really good friends. We're working on scenes, walking over to the commissary, having lunch, still working on scenes there, walking back, and working on more scenes while we're in each other's dressing rooms. But we're very good friends, and we're just comfortable with each other. And I think the time has done that tremendously in the scenes that we've had together, especially with Freddie, because we had those birthing scenes that were so special that really made it really close for Gabby and Sunny. But with Guy as well, when he first came in, he brought this wonderful respect to the character, and I looked up to that, and I told him many, many times, and I think we just kind of fell into a groove together, the three of us. Really, just is wonderful.
Yay. Oh, are you
That's
still there?
good. For Cassie, what was it like working with Bruce Campbell in Evil Dead 2?
Well, funny that you should mention that. I ran into Bruce Campbell randomly 2 nights ago at a restaurant here in Burbank. And it was like, oh my God, and he bought me dinner. But I love him. He is such a brilliant actor. This was in Evil Dead 2. Comedic actor, just so talented. And on October 31st, Starz is doing Ash vs. Evil Dead. They're doing a whole series. They shot it down in New Zealand. But for all you Deadites and all you Evil Dead fans, if you have Starz, tune in. October 31st, you will see all the blood and gore you've ever wanted to see. And Bruce Campbell stars in it, along with Lucy Lawless. And it's going to take you back to where it all began, back in those Evil Dead series.
Oh, nice.
So.
Nice.
Well, Tracy from Canada, thank you so much for calling in. We have to wrap things up, so we have some news and gossip, so make sure you stay tuned for that, okay?
What's the gossip? What's the gossip?
Definitely. And also, guys, I'm a big fan of yours. Keep up the good work.
Thank you so much.
And make sure you keep spreading the word about Dishin' Days, because we're here every Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
With Totino's Pizza Rolls.
That are burned.
I definitely will. Okay, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Cheryl was right about Paige's death, is what she said.
Oh, that Paige.
What, that she was going to die?
I guess she predicted that she was going to die.
Oh.
Okay.
Well,
she was dead on.
Yeah. Oh, ba-dum-bum.
All right, so really quick, let's get into some news and gossip.
AfterBuzz TV News.
All right, so first of all, if you guys want to have your chance to meet Greg Vaughn and Chandler Massey and you live in the Toronto, Canada area, they have an event out there with Starz Canada Event. That is happening next Saturday, October 24th. For details, make sure you visit starscanadaevents.com and go check it out. It should be a lot of fun. Also, next week starts the 50th anniversary book tour, and they're coming hopefully to a city near you. So make sure you pre-order the 50th anniversary book and then take a look at some of the cities that they're coming. Go to our Facebook page and you can find out where. Are you joining that tour?
Yeah, I'll be in, if anybody wants to see Gabby or Camila.
Camila Banus.
Yeah, Camila. I'll be in Dallas and I'll be in Phoenix.
Are you a part of the...
That would be no.
Well, Greg,
no.
Greg, if you are out there watching, and hopefully you are, hi, I'm Tony Moore, vying for Maxine's son, and also make sure you have Cassie a part of the anniversary book tour.
I am going to be at Day of Days, though.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you are good.
I'm trying to get off, but I don't know if I'm going to get it off.
Get it together, Mary.
It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
And then Mark found that
Yes.
Days is going to be playing a little game.
Yeah, I guess they're going to be doing something called Spot the Emmy, where they're hiding the Days Emmy on one set per episode. It started Thursday, I guess, and it will go all the way up until the 50th anniversary episode. So.
I found one while I was working, while we were doing scenes. And
You're like, oh, what's that doing there?
the person organizing it's really Fran.
Yeah.
She's the one organizing it. So she
That's
had
our stage manager.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. She had Francesca Bellini.
Mm-hmm.
She had a really great time with that. So we got to give her a shout out.
Good.
Yeah,
Shout
I
out
saw
to
a
Fran.
picture that was in Marlena's. I keep saying curio cabinet. I don't know if that's what it's called. The little glass cabinet.
yeah.
It's in there. That's the one picture I saw where it was.
So keep a lookout
It
on
was
that.
in bed with Eve and JJ at one.
Just laying in between.
That's what we're calling it now.
Laying down the Emmy. All right. So also, we mentioned a few months ago that an actor or fitness model by the name of TJ Holben was set to arrive in Salem. We have his first air date as October 27th.
He's hot.
Do we know who he is?
We still don't know who he is, what his purpose
Get his
is, or
glasses
anything
on.
like
See
that.
I don't know who he is.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I know him.
Apparently, it's very brief.
I think you might
So-
need to. You kind of
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. I don't know. You might have missed something there, Camila.
Yeah.
Camila.
Also, we have some people wrapping up their stints in Salem. James Reed, who plays Clyde, his last air date is October 20th. So that's this week. Yeah.
That's Tuesday.
Yeah, this Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then
love him.
I did too.
My
He did a
boy,
great job.
Freddie.
And then
And
Freddie
Thursday.
Smith wraps up his on the 22nd.
Thursday, yep.
Little
So
stink.
Yep.
yeah, but be excited because returning as Sean Brady, Jason Cook will be back, and his return takes place Friday the 23rd. So It's like people are going out, people are coming in.
Well, that's what I was mentioning. There's a lot of things happening, and it's going to continue to rock people's world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let me
Good
tell you.
stuff.
Well, and I heard that he's not there long term. It's a short stay.
Yeah, it's a short stay.
So.
Yeah, but he's going to be there, which
okay
is good.
by me.
And then Marie Wilson, who you guys remember as Bree, who was a friend of Aiden's wife, she is actually coming back next year as a brand new character, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
So I won't give too much away, but make sure you
She's
stay
the
tuned
new
for that.
Eve. I'm kidding.
No.
And then Vincent Irizarry, did I pronounce that
Yes,
right?
sir.
He's in my room now.
Yes. He actually tweeted out his official air date, and it will be January 18th, 2016.
He still has my mirror.
So make sure
I want it back.
You get your mirror back. Vincent, if you are watching, make sure you come visit us at Dish and Days.
That's right.
But also bring Camila's mirror back.
It's just we didn't have screwdrivers to unscrew it from the wall, so.
Got it.
We'll figure it out. And then, as you guys know, I just got back from the DOOL Coast event in Boston, where I hosted the Big Sur, and we had a great time.
And what did you had a little a single?
Yes, there was a battle between Billy Flynn and I.
And I have a message from him.
During this.
Right
oh,
now?
really? Mm-hmm. And what is that? What is that message?
Billy Flynn says that he mopped the floor with Tony in a dance battle.
I would say that is probably not true. I have seen this man dance, and he has got Beyonce down.
Let me tell you, Billy Flynn's
Talks a lot of
lies.
Yes, lies. He tells. I have a video to prove it. But we have some photos that are going by now, and then I especially like this last photo, which is. All of the cast, but if you notice, Billy Flynn has kept his word and he is not lounging with Tony. That was a funny photo that we took, but it was a great weekend. It was a lot of fun. We did a lip sync contest with the stars and some of the fans, and it was great.
Do y'all
It was a great
ever
time.
do this like on the road? Do you ever do a live show, like at an event like that?
An AfterBuzz show?
Yeah, that might be fun.
We
to
did
do.
for Clipped. We did with a live studio audience.
Yeah.
When I
That
was
might be
hosting
fun
Clipped.
at one of these like.
We're hoping
Yeah.
that
Day of Days.
Day of Days. We're crossing our fingers that
That'd be
we'll
great.
be tuning in. You guys can tune in live from Day
Yeah,
of Days.
that'd be
So
awesome.
we're crossing our fingers about that.
You're
Okay, I'll
definitely
keep
going to
it
have to get off
Thank
work
you.
then, Mark.
Yeah,
I
get it
don't know
together.
I don't know
Mary.
if it's going to happen, but we can keep our
Ruh-roh.
fingers crossed.
Yeah. Well, that's all the time that we have for.
Oh, can I say something real quick? Can I thank Amy or Mary Murphy
yes.
for my gift card?
Yes, Mary Murphy was very nice in Boston. She gave me Starbucks gift cards to give to Mark and James, and gave one to me.
James
That's
isn't
awesome.
here. Are you thirsty?
I don't drink coffee, so honey, you can have it.
Would you like a tea?
No, you can have it. All yours.
I am the new James. I will not send in the wrong video.
My new chocolate.
Oh, he
twin.
said he did send in the right one. He thinks they just played the wrong one.
That could be a possibility, but this is live TV. and
it
we have
doesn't
to
matter
go with
anymore,
it.
James.
Cassie is now here taking your spot. Before we go, first of all, thank you guys so much
welcome.
for joining us.
Yeah, it was so much fun. Thank
I
you
hope you
guys.
guys come back.
I would love
come
to
back.
talk about my new project at some point, so I would love to
What
come
is
back.
it? What
Okay.
project are you
Can you give a
doing?
little?
Yeah, I'm just working on a new show. It's going to be a big pilot, so everybody tuned in to just follow my tweets and all my social media. I really post up a lot, and it's going to be a really just different character for me. It's really intense.
Oh,
Now, are you going to be able to do days and the pilot at the same time?
We worked it out.
Awesome.
I love when they're able to
That's
do that.
good.
Well,
Yeah.
you have to keep us posted because we want to know everything. You
Yeah.
have to keep us posted. With what's
I'm not
happening
doing
with you.
anything.
Taking James
Other
Lott
than
Jr.'s
filling
place.
it-
That's
yeah,
what she's
exactly.
doing.
There you go.
But I would definitely love to come back.
Yes, please do.
anytime.
Please. And before we head out, I want you guys to follow us, like us, tweet us, Dish and Days, and also my lovely co-host for today, starting with
Me?
you.
You can follow
the
me.
future ex Miss Billy Flynn.
Not X. It'll last a lifetime. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Lorraine Love, LORAYNELOVE, or you can follow my hair on Twitter, Living for the Hair. Oh yeah,
Wow.
it's got its own. And you can also find me on Facebook / the Mark J. Freeman.
And Camila.
You can find me everywhere at Camila Banus or on.
That's not how you say it.
At Camila Banus. CAMILABANUS. The only one that I'm not at Camila Banus at is Snapchat, which is so weird. I don't know how to change it, but you can find me there. It's a little more my personal life, but it's really sweet because you get to see all these moments.
Yeah.
At Mila Lila 88.
Mila Lila 88.
Mila Lila 88.
Follow that. I'm gonna write that down.
Mila Lila.
And Cassie?
My name is Kassie DePaiva.
Is that right?
You can follow me at
Perfect.
www.cassiedepaiva.com. I have my own website, and I do blogs every now and then.
And
That's what I do.
You're on the Twitter.
I do Twitter, hell yeah.
Yeah.
At Kassie DePaiva, and I have a Facebook, but I don't really check that a lot. So if you
neither.
really want to contact me, go to Twitter.
Okay.
Twitter, yeah.
And I follow
of
all
course-
of these fine folks.
And of course, you guys can find me on all social media platforms at Lounging with Tony or my website, loungingwithtony.com. Also, make sure you check our Facebook page for lots of updates and also the announcement of the person who won the signed 23 Blast film from Mark Hapka. Yep, I'm going to give that away.
Mark Hapka.
Yeah. All right, so that has been Dishin' Days for today. We'll see you next Sunday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Thank you.
Snap, 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 snap.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.